the decisions you made in the car. Does that hurt more when the stewards of the meeting have made a decision against you than some words from so-called experts in the media?
In looking afterwards at the videos and looking at somehow new guidelines, because guidelines change over the years. I mean, what I did in Budapest probably 10 years ago was absolutely fine. But in the past I would have doubted this decision because I wouldn't have had the trust. Whether it was a political decision or whether there was something else behind, you would always have your doubts. Right now, no, I don't. I accept that, and I see the point. I've been explained well enough about all, and that's absolutely fine.
Ruben's an old teammate of yours. He's at 300 Grand Prix here this weekend in Spa. Had you not taken the 3 years off, you would have been well beyond 300 Grand Prix.
But to me, it's not, I mean, whether it's a nice number, and I'm happy for him that he has achieved what he has achieved. But for me, it's not a challenge to see a high number of Grand Prix. It's what happens during those Grand Prix is much more important.
One of the things you mentioned at the beginning of your comeback announcement was the fact there's no testing in season actually suited better your lifestyle today. Have you had to revise your sort of expectations of when you'll achieve the success that you set out for?
I mean, first of all, for my lifestyle, certainly it is the only reason I consider to come back, because the racing weekend is the fun bit, and that's what I love. Yes, I love the development, and at the time I was okay with all this testing, but it tires you out. I mean, it certainly does. Basically, you just do on the race weekend. You don't. You hardly do before. And then to have this precision and just maximize everything, I'm lacking. I'm lacking in this respect. And I guess actually you have some experience with your DTM.
Well, it is indeed. And the motivation for me to come back into racing a year after I stopped was I was missing the adrenaline. Did it really take the 3 years to rebuild that energy?
No, it didn't take that 3 years, because I wasn't considering to have a break that I needed to refresh and to redo it again. It was just a special circumstance that re-triggered things, and because I had enough off time, I felt fresh again to do so, but not preparing or anticipating. It's not the adrenaline that is so... people talk about the adrenaline, and I'm surprised you do, but when you drive the car, where's the adrenaline? I mean, when I'm in the car, I find it more is the precision to put the car on the perfect limit and get everything right, work the setup out, and just drive on this fine edge. And when I jump out of an airplane, as I'm doing more and more often, that's where I have a lot of adrenaline, but not so much in the race car.
Would you like, at 41, to be up against yourself at 24? Do you think the 24-year-old Michael Schumacher would beat you hands down?
I mean, in the end of the day, there are physics. And how can be a 41-year-old as good as a top level, maybe 25 or 30-year? I think it's impossible. What I definitely have is a lot of experience. And I still have I think a very high level of speed. If my speed is absolutely the same as it has been at my high periods with Ferrari, I don't think we ever find out, because when I had been at this point, I have been working for about 10 years together with this team to achieve exactly that point. And here I am after 1 year to work with a complete new team. I don't think it is clear to me whether I am absolutely at this level, and if not, how much I'm behind this level. In normal race pace, I'm absolutely there against these young boys.
And if you're wondering how much attention to detail the guys are going to help Michael Schumacher and Nico Rosberg here at Mercedes this afternoon, there you go. They're drying the tarmac in the pit box. Just give us your thoughts on how Michael seemed when you sat down last night.
Well, I think that Michael's always a little bit guarded when you're having those sorts of conversations. But I think he's been so many experiences in Formula One over his time with the media, and it's quite interesting for me to see how he opened up during that interview. For me personally, I thought it was really insightful to understand what his motivation is, to understand how comfortable he is with this journey. And I think the key thing he mentioned there at the end is he is only halfway through this journey of the first season with Mercedes Racing. He did 10 years or whatever he did at Ferrari. So Rome not being built in a day, he's obviously got the patience to go through the 3 years of this contract.
And David used the word comfortable there, and that's the point. We all keep asking questions of Michael because we expect him to be frustrated, we expect him to not be happy. But perhaps we have to just accept that the situation Michael is in at the moment is okay with him. He's all right about it.
But I think himself, he mentioned the word, at 41, he's also a crucial thing. He's much more comfortable within his own mind. He's been through, he's seen all the highs and lows. I think he is much more mature. I think we were surprised they all sat down and had dinner with us last night, and you know, in years gone by I would never have thought that could have happened. So yes, we are seeing a different Michael Schumacher, but we're also seeing bits of the Michael from the past. And the thing with Barrichello, I hope it gets away from the mindset very quickly, because I believe that Michael, now deciding that he's going to go on and finish the full term with Mercedes, I think he will be a force.
Okay, I spoke to Ross Brawn last night. He said Mercedes haven't been without their problems so far this weekend, and of course Michael didn't make the top 10 shootout last time out in Hungary, so we'll wait and see how he gets on. But let's make our way down the pit lane once again towards Ferrari, because we've spoken about the three teams who are having their first season